Contro ogni pronostico sono riuscito a sconfiggere Ansur. Non fatelo mai a livello 10, è una cosa veramente faticosa. Non lo rifarei una seconda volta, sinceramente.
I was. Now, I am much, much more. But it seems you are more interested in my past. Such sentimentality. Very well. It's like I always told you. I was just like you, an adventurer who yearned for greatness. And in mortal terms, I achieved it. As captain of the Wandering Eye, I acquired enough gold to found Baldur's Gate. I stayed for a while to watch my city grow. But it was not enough. I grew restless again. The sea called to me, and I ran to her with open arms. Life at sea was not easy. Our last adventure was ruinous. My ship was destroyed. My crew lost. But my spirit was far from broken. I was determined to return in triumph once again. I heard of treasure in Moonrise. I strove to find it. What I found was an illithid colony, where I acquired a tadpole much like yours, and became a mind flayer, enthralled to the elder brain. It was Ansur who found me. Ansur who pulled me from the brain's domination. Ansur who brought me home. He sought to cure me of my sickness, called on every healer he could find, nearly broke his spirit in the attempt. But he failed to understand. I wanted no healing. I was not sick. Even after he had exhausted all possibility of reversing my condition, he still clung to hope. I tried to convince him of my reality. I was on the cusp of greatness beyond my wildest dreams. But all he could see was a mind flayer. He came to me as I slept, a mercy killing in his mind. I saw the tears. I felt his grief. I had no choice but to kill him first. It was an act of self-preservation. Put simply, yes. And being alive even more so. Do not think that I am ignorant of what I have lost. I may not regret my actions, but I do regret that they were necessary. While the past is beyond my influence, the present is not. It is time we move on. 2 nether stones remain in the hands of the Chosen. We must find them before we confront the brain.
Uff, eccoci qua.
That helped.
Con lo riposo breve per fare finta che siamo ancora vivi. E dentro Ansur. Ammazzarci i gatti di Baldur. Un'arma che fa dei buchi grossi come una casa. Voilà. Poi c'è l'elmo.
The worm's tempest and his roar hurtle through you. Ansur's essence still lives within the helm, instilling you with power for as long as you wear it.
Eccolo qua, l'elmo di Baldur, veramente forte. Mo si rompono i culi.
Keep a blade close.
What am I to do?
Ok.
No time to rest.
Benissimo. Vediamo se c'è altro qui, ma penso di no. Infatti. Morte, morte, morte. E qui? Pure. Che bel posticino comunque. Allora ce ne andiamo. Cioè, facciamo un ripasso lungo? Sì. Questo è il momento. Loro che dicono?
I can't believe it. I can't believe Aelin is here. And my father. I heard what happened. What he'd become. By killing him. You set him free. You set Aelin free. And me. Not on purpose. or not with the intent to deceive. I've been trying to make sense of it all. Ketheric Thorn was my father. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. Tell me, do you believe in love at first sight? That's exactly it. And I tell you, I took one look at her and I just knew she was it. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. And this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. I didn't know that then, but I could see the change in him. He told me we'd be together now. Said that Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak, could only run. I found last light within the shadows, made a shelter there, prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors plaguing this land, my home. I couldn't tell her who I was. I had to protect them. And myself. No matter what. It's all out in the open now. And with my father dead, I have nothing to fear. Except for Aelin. She needs healing. Rest. I'm grateful for your help. Your friendship. I hope we won't intrude on your hospitality too long. But I'm grateful for a safe place to... well... just to be.
Come to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome. Our thoughts are as one, my friend. You must face the chosen of Bane and Baal. I will do my part to see them laid low. I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead 3 are risen. The dead 2 remain. You must face them. I will help.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Ed ecco una nuova mazza di Shadowheart. Bella.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
My faith will
Giusto
guide me.
ancora. Sì.
All right. What now?
Benissimo.
I am ready.
What to do?
Ah sì, lì è dove siamo entrati, quindi ci tornare indietro qua.
Ready? Keep focused. We can talk once.
How delicious. A crooked touch.
Let's move.
Ok, nulla di interessante. Avanti.
Let's crack it open.
Never a dull moment.
The guard is fast bathed in a 10-day. Ate all the onions. Old man Atto. Back here again. Cell stinks like an old cabbage.
Ok, no, possiamo proseguire. Non c'è niente, si sale.
Lord Gortash has been expecting your arrival. Please hold a moment.
The Watcher's presence fades, but another takes its place. Confident, dominant, commanding.
My most esteemed guest, we meet at last. I am Lord Enver Gortash. You are the prison-bearer, slayer of the dread General Ketheric Thorn. I welcome you to Baldur's Gate, my city. Of course, of course. My steel watchers are rather adept at keeping the peace, but not entirely suitable for polite conversation. Allow me to formally invite you to my inauguration. Make your way to the ceremonial hall.
And now Gortash invites us to see it.
Calm down, dear. It won't happen, I swear.
I can't let it glaze down the here. He wasn't even hurt.
Dozen more fist for the cost of that. This is the armory, not a bloody open house. Trade. This equipment isn't for sale. It belongs to the Flaming Fist. A trading license? Right. Right. Much appreciated. Take a look around. Pleasured. What is it this time?
Basta, ci interessa vendergli qualcosa? Potremmo. Ok. Bene così.
This is far enough. The way should be clear. I can't thank you enough for getting me out of that damned prison. And for giving me courage when I'd all but run out. When the flames roared loudest, you pulled me to safety. Most would have let me burn. I won't forget it. I will travel to the upper city. Find what allies I can. You won't fight the coming battle alone. As long as the city stands, I will stand with it. This is my promise.
Need something? I've got the tools for any job. Any job. Whatever you...
Up there. Dunflon's Darting Axe. The Harper's Safe House Jahira mentioned.
Almost painfully so. Like what? I don't know. I'll know it when I see it.
I'm here. I won't let anything happen.
Pleasure how you? Den of decadent delights.
An oasis of... Now, that there's a face. What can Hoots do for you, stranger? You got a taste for ale, I reckon. Or maybe... Ah, forget it. My new brew could drop you in the wink of a spectator's eye. You got it, but the new hooch is off limits. Can't have the mamsel leaping down my throat if I go burning yours. Pleasure to serve. Pleasure to serve.
The two men bark softly to each other. A single name reaches your ears. 9 fingers.
You rats with the guild now. Heard 9 fingers met a match.
The new kingpin? All meat and muscle, that one. And wild as a werebear. If he's looking to oust 9 fingers, my blade's got his back.
Sounds messy as the 9th hell. Must be why she called us to help.
Is that right? The way I heard it, you zent cut a deal with the new... Hold on. You there! Getting up in our affairs? Look, this subject's not safe. You selling your services, beat feet to the Guildhall. Lower City, Basilisk Gate, Guildhall. And that's all you're getting from me. Now scram! The chat's officially closed.
To keep one another safe. When the music stops, we will continue dancing.
Don't fret. We don't have to think about a thing. I want to. Just have such a head.
A weary traveller, battered and bruised. You come for sustenance. No, decadence. A mien cool as ice, yet eyes burning hot. Oh yes, I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip, she gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you? Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap? Once leather meets flesh, it's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Swishing. I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I'd promise... Truth is, Fionn's gone well missing.
and my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind. To service is my calling, not to be served. But I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my 2 flights up, then turned right and right again. That's Fion's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key. I'm listening. Nisha, our lovely nymph. But she's engaged, and the client's a favourite of hers too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential... Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn.
Another case closed, another bottle open. Huzzah to Valeria! Hang on a tick. I recognize that face. You were talking to Yanis after I left the temple. I'll bet she's put you up to something. Why must you busybodies insist on interrupting a perfectly good night's... I know that look. You remind me of Della. Fine. If you doubt my conclusions, out with it. What have you found? While that is startling, it still doesn't... That's what you need if you want to change my mind. Hard evidence. A reason, too, if you're at it. Why was Lorgan killed? That doesn't make sense. Why would this dwarf kill Father Lorgan? I need something more than vague allegations. I want something compelling. Hard, tangible evidence, and nothing less. That's quite the discovery. Doesn't tell me everything, though. Why was Lorgan killed? Could doesn't quite cut it here, I'm afraid. I need a solid, provable motive. Come back when you've got some real evidence.
Tell me, am I beautiful?
More than beautiful. You are the aurora stretched across the north skies. You are the golden dunes swept across the Calym. You are the fruit of the forbidden palm, soft on my skin, sweet on my tongue. You are my sin and salvation.
Your parasite stirs, and you gaze at the nymph through the flaming fist's hungry eyes. Your muscles shiver with her longing. Your skin burns with her heat.
What's wrong, Jara?
What are you? Wait. I know you.
I don't understand. What's...
Your face. The Absolute has shown me.
Jara, what's going on? Who's this man?
Your head screams in agony. The change has come. Pustules boiling beneath your skin, your bones twisting, your flesh rupturing. And suddenly, silence.
What's happening?
Let's go.
I will ascend.
Hells. I'd heard tales of mind flayers. Talons sharp as daggers and tentacles yet more fearsome. But no tale did justice to its ethereal beauty. It floats like a butterfly. Its blood shimmers like silver. Is it not in the Illithid's barbarity that we find its splendor? Your eyes are no less monstrous, I assure you. A lesser woman might be frightened, but I am no lesser woman.
Her gaze intensifies. Your breath quickens, and your heart skips a beat. The woman's senses are heightened and her fire stoked. The mind flayer is no mere curiosity, but an object of desire.
Why should I deny it? My urge is as natural as the grape upon the vine. But perhaps there are other flavors that might satisfy my palate. Rapture. Close your eyes and listen.
You see only darkness. Her voice shines through it, warmer than the sun, yet cooler than night.
The all-being. Here, there is no suffering. Here, you want for nothing. Here, you are anything. You have one word. Tell me, what will you be? You are more than contented. You are at total peace. Your belly is full. Your mind rested. Your eyes bright. No more will you hear the clang of steel on steel. No more will you fear the cry of a wolf, the growl of an ogre. You are warm. You are safe.
Your flesh shivers, your heart bursts. True ecstasy for one fleeting moment.
Open your eyes. I'll remember you, and you'll remember me.
Be honest.
What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now. I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go. Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
Seems like a lot.
But what I
You must hear me, devil. I will do whatever it takes. Give you anything you ask.
There is only one thing in this world that I desire. You do not have it, and you never will.
The Kithrak? What deal would he make with this devil?
You must help me, Raphael. For the sake of my people.
Hush now, Voss. These guests may not know it yet, but they want the same thing that you do. And unlike you, they have something of value to offer in return.
Lae'zel, Talak Magir. The devil holds the key to freeing the Gith people. Right here, right now. You could seal our fate. Whatever you discuss with this devil, I must hear of it. Find me below in the tap room, once you're loosed from his claws.
I'm glad you came. Not to my door, not yet, but to the final reckoning. One more thing before we begin, though.
For the first time since the Nautiloid, your mind is clear. It's unsettling.
I gave you back your privacy by shutting that illithid in your pocket out of your mind. It can't hear us. Oh, calm. It's the reason you're in this predicament. and I'm your only way out of it. Indulge me, and at least hear me out. I'll admit, you've impressed me. I wasn't sure you'd make it this far, but no matter how far you come, you're still on the road to ruin. A road that leads directly to a confrontation with the Elder Brain. At best, it will kill you and everyone else in this city. At worst, it will assimilate you, and you won't have enough free will left to even wish you were dead. You have the key to destroying it in the palm of your hand, though. Very perceptive. Yes. I can give you the means to break him free.
Speak, devil. We're listening.
To Illithids, yes. But despite your reckless embrace of the parasite and recent mutations, you're no mind flayer. Not yet. Orpheus would gladly execute the Emperor. But to you, he will be a friend. After all, you're at war with an Elder Brain. If I'd realized you were so gullible, I'd have tricked you into selling your soul for a pocketful of beans when we first met. To the Emperor, you are nothing more than a beast of burden, one that will transport it to the Elder Brain. An ox requires food, and the occasional beating to keep it moving. You are simpler. The Emperor's words serve as both carrot and stick.
Perhaps it is true that Orpheus would ally with you against the Elder Brain. But if he proves uncooperative once free, you may have to kill him.
The Orphic Hammer. An artifact capable of shattering the chains that hold Prince Orpheus is held securely in my House of Hope, even now. Isn't it just? And it's even more convenient that you can give me exactly what I want in return. I want the crown that dominates the Elder Brain. And you, Lae'zel of Kalir, want to free the Forgotten Prince, do you not?
I want nothing more.
Then it is settled, is it not? A crown for a hammer. A bargain of a lifetime, Lae'zel of Kalir. Power. Ancient and full of wonder. I have craved it ever since the arch-wizard Karsus created it, long centuries ago, and brought doom to the Empire of Netheril. That was the great age of humanity, and Netheril's flying sky cities were the apex of civilization. I was there the day it all fell apart. Entire cities plummeted from the sky like angels with broken wings. The screams, oh, the screams. Hundreds of thousands of people watching in horror as the ground came up to meet them. It was not a happy meeting, and Karsus was responsible. Not driven by malice, but by ambition. He forged a crown imbued with all the powers of magic. A crown that would make any who wore it a god. Men cannot contain so much power. The crown destroyed its creator, and his empire fell with him. Karsus's folly, the bards and scholars call it. I call it hope. the hope of creating a better world. I knew then that the folly of mortals could be the triumph of devils, and that I could use that crown to unite the Nine under one Archdevil Supreme. Me. I am no mortal, and I do not fail. The Hells require order to function. It is what separates us from mortals and demons. With the crown, I would impose perfect order, unity, efficiency, control. My kingdom would control its borders and stay within them. It was stolen from right under my nose all those centuries ago. The archdevil Mephistopheles snatched up the crown and squirreled it away in one of his vaults. He is not more than a frigid archivist. So much power and potential kept inert. He made a miracle into a museum piece. I raged. But only for a decade or so. Then I waited, ever watching for more than 1,000 years, for a mistake, a mishap, a misadventure. And these chosen, who have caused you so much trouble accidentally, did me a favor. They brought the crown back into play. Yes, it does. Especially when I see what a bloody mess they've made of their whole scheme. They must have raided Mephistopheles' vault. Impressive, I must admit. But they'll be dead soon. If you don't kill them, the Elder Brain will. It doesn't have feelings in the way you'd understand them. But it seems rather angry. It is inevitable. When you destroy the brain, and you will because you must, the crown will be yours for the taking. And when that moment comes, you give the crown to me. In exchange, I give you the hammer now.
A simple transaction, it seems, but it's more than that. He's offering you an alternative to the mind flayer in your head. Take Raphael's deal and you could free Orpheus. With Orpheus free, you would have no need to rely on the Emperor. But there's no guarantee that Orpheus would be on your side. And if you take the deal, you'll have to fulfill it. You'll have to deliver the crown of Carsus to the devil himself. He claims his ambition is to unite the Hells, but can he be trusted to stop there? Do you trust him more than you trust the Emperor?
Skvar! We should do as the devil asks. The Prince of the Comet must rise again.
Right here. You'll find everything is in order. The moment I have your signature, you will have the means to free Orpheus. The hammer. You guarantee the crown will be mine once the brain is defeated, and I swear that I will never use the crown to dominate a mortal. Perfect. One more rhyme, for old time's sake. The master was slain within his own house. They dined on him both, the cat and the mouse. The hammer is yours. You will find yourself in Orpheus's presence before the end comes. When you do, shatter the chains that hold him. Be sure to keep the hammer safe until then. Your survival depends on it. And I'll keep your contract safe in my house of hope. I'll be seeing you, and when I do, we dine.
The ink has barely dried, yet you feel a growing disquiet at what exactly you just signed. Perhaps a diabolus can offer some comfort, or a way out. For a devil's bargain is a hard one to break.
There you are. I thought I'd lost you. Something was blocking me from hearing your thoughts. Raphael. Well, thank you for your honesty. Of course, I should have known the devil would come sniffing. The stench of impending chaos is irresistible to them. And what did he want with you? Giving a devil what he wants sounds like a brilliant idea. And what did he offer you in return for bringing it to him? You did. Good. I am glad. But be careful. The devil is like a cockroach. No matter what you do to it, it will always come back. I doubt this will be the last time you are approached. I trust that you will continue to remember who is really on your side. Without my protection, you cannot defeat the Elder Brain. You cannot even get close to it, no matter what the devil whispers in your ear.
I'd sooner have imagined shattering a planet with my bare fist than taking a deal with a devil. But we shouldn't regret the bargain, not for one instant. Raphael can have his crown, if it means breaking Prince Orpheus free. The prince will be suspicious, but he won't be reckless enough to turn on his liberators. There'd be too little to gain from our deaths, and too much to lose. Now, to the Chares's Caress taproom. We must tell Voss the news.
Well, hello. With pleasure. No one stopped me yet.
The librarian does this thing.
Voss, friend to the comet.
Lae'zel of Kalir, warrior of warriors. Tell me you took the devil's deal. Tell me you will free Gith's heir.
So you lied to me. In spite of all our progress together, still you would abuse my trust.
The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from the Lich Queen's tyranny. Can it be? Will the mighty Prince Orpheus soon illuminate the astral plane?
Gith's son will soon ride against Vlaakith, Voss.
and I will follow him into battle.
And you will wield the greatest gift Mother Gith ever granted her dauntless children.
A silver sword. I will carry it for the honor of Gith, the great liberator, and her unforgotten son.
Istik, now that you have the hammer, you must find a way to enter the astral prism. Once inside, smash Orpheus's bonds. His cry will shake the plains, and I will fly to your aid. The Prince of the Comet will sear the heavens again. Let the Lich Queen tremble.
Think again. I will not permit your entry. Even if you could, you would relinquish your mind to the Elder Brain in so doing.
Questions, Istik? You seem to be lost in thought. The Prince of the Comet aches for Githyanki liberation more than he might seethe when you free him. He might gnash his teeth but he will see reason. I promise you. Yes, but you will meet this challenge, as you've met.
Hey! You paid Raphael a visit. I want to hear all about it. Damn, Hoots! That new bat.
I'll take that as a...
Take it however you want. But I'll be having my... Oh! Raphael's latest client. Savior of the city, he says. The boss is always right. Even though he's so very wrong. When I'm not keeping my eye on potential clients like you, I make sure the House of Hope is fully secure. When he's there, yes. But he's a busy man. Contracts and interests in many places. This current crisis has him so busy, he's barely been home since he met you. As a noose. Doesn't stop people from testing it, though. Devils often have prettier hordes than dragons. Sneaking thieves into their vaults is a lucrative business. Doesn't usually end well for the thieves. But sometimes the thieves are rich, smart, or well-connected enough to come back in one piece. Take our esteemed Lord Gortash, for example.
She's enjoying your company, and the liquor has loosened her tongue, but she's anxious about the direction the conversation's taking.
Yeah, a diabolist with a loose sense of duty and a hunger to be richer than Mammon. I almost wish he'd asked me. I'd have told him to stick his gauntlet where the sun don't shine and wiped that smug little grin off his face. Conversation's over. I've got to sober up.
I'd probably break his nose. Good point.
That's curious.
So many victims for Cazador here.
Come to Baldur's Gate, he said. Adventurers get welcomed as heroes, he said. Poxy Drim and his bleeding notions.
Chance to start over, and I will gladly do so.
Master plans to expand his territory. Take Candlekeep.
We should go. I do not want to face the Master if we're late for his Black Mass.
Soon, sister. I only need one more mark.
We have enough for the Master. No more needed.
It's not for the Master, it's for me. I spent 100 years eating rats and dogs, but soon I'll be able to feast. I want someone there, ready for me. And once the Mass is done, and our Lord grants us freedom, I can celebrate by drinking them dry.
Cazador promised you your freedom, and you believed him? Ha! You were never burdened with intelligence, Petras. But your load seems especially light these days.
Astarion! It cannot be.
That's no way to welcome back a brother, doll. Didn't you miss me?
Why would you come back? You got out. You were free. You can't mean that.
He's playing mind games. He can't raise a hand to the Master, let alone kill him.
You have no idea what I can do. Where is he hiding? Tell me!
Brother! Please!
Fine. You owe your wretched life to my friend. Now tell me what I need to know.
The Master is preparing the Black Mass. Beneath his palace, there's a defiled chapel. It was hidden there the entire time. Hidden from us all. Do you really think you can stop him?
I'm the only one who can. The sun can't harm me. Cazador can't compel me. I don't need to fear him anymore. Now go, before I change my mind about roasting you, brother.
This isn't over, Astarion.
Poor fools. They actually think Cazador will save them. Yes, and they'll be trembling in fear when they tell him. They're no threat to us. And they have no choice but to do Cazador's bidding. I pity them. Worst of all, they don't know their fate's already set. They're doomed. The only question is whether their lives will be sacrificed to a monster like Cazador, or serve a greater purpose. 7 sigils on 7 spawn. And Cazador has the other 6. We have to face him and take that power for ourselves. I knew I could count on you. We share that killer instinct. And now we know that Cazador's skulking somewhere beneath the palace. It'll be infinitely easier to track him down. All right, let's go. This place stinks of rat blood and despair. What a day. A crooked touch.
Whatever's behind that.
Still breathing, despite everything. Shapeshifter's key unlocked the door. Interesting. Can't give up now.
Trust no one.
No one back home will ever believe this.
You've been pulling all-nighters to keep watch. I know you have.
Honestly.
Well, I do. Which means...
You will when you've met the drought.
These tunnels were full of shapeshifters. Father Lorgan's name is written here too. A list of names. Father Lorgan's on here. Crossed off. A target list, perhaps.
Keep your distance, darling.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Caress is caressing.
Exactly.
I presume you've found something interesting to discuss, if you're interrupting me again? A Baal plot? You as well? Devella's been harping on about Baal for months. Fancies herself something of an expert. I assumed it was just a bunch of conspiracy codswallop and fear-mongering. But she's about this one, even for her. Fine. I'll bite. What's your theory? Well, if that's true, that sounds dreadful. And complicated. As if this cult of the Absolute wasn't enough to worry about. Constable Devella is going to be a real pain in the trunk about this. Since you seem to be on an obnoxiously similar wavelength, why don't you seek her out? She'll be at the Elf Song Tavern. Show her the list, and I'll stay and inform the Fist here. Oh, and you'll need this pass. It'll give you access to the lower city. Well? What are you waiting for? You've a bloody conspiracy to solve. Move!
I'm not going inside.
Certified, not magically altered produce.
Fabulous symbol. It's perfect for a shirt.
Gortash invented the steel watch.
But this armor was pricey. No, he merely offered patronage.
You told me the armor was a bargain.
It was! But good armor is hard.
Danthilon's dancing axe. Our
Greetings, sir.
How may I be of service? Short fast.
Right. Hear me out. Listen, it's got private rooms.
No, he merely offered patronage.
Darling,
the
it's
Gondians...
very leather-like.
What does it feel like?
Yes, but they were Fish's idea, which makes him the inventor.
No time to waste.
Almost painfully so. My body burns like the noonday sun. We can get in Worm's Crossing.
And the
Careful.
other person with you, they enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it.
You won't find more flavor
I had no less than 2 maidens and a bachelor clawing at my door the very next morning.
Butter! Oh, honey! Guess we should stock up.
Honey is a luxury. We don't need honey.
Watch your back.
You told me the armor was a bog.
Whoa.
How long do the effects last?
Slow down, sweetie. It depends on the person and their virility. Yeah? For you, I'd recommend 2 doses.
2? That seems like a lot.
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? Loaves of bread. To feel her fingers grip yours in pure ecstasy.
Certified, not magically altered from you.
Good. Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
Rationing, we can't take any more chance.
We're shopping for a suit.
If it'll make you feel better,
Dinner with my
then fine.
parents. Remember?
15 loaves it is. I sense some hesitation in you. Speak. Good sir.
It's just embarrassing to need something like this.
Whatever for.
Still alive. So that's
Does the hand
progress.
not assist the lips? The lips, the tongue.
She has the most fabulous sandal.
Invented the steel
It's
watch.
perfect for a shirt.
No, he merely offered patronage. The Gondians built the steel watch.
Set your worries.
You told me the armor was a bog.
Yes, but they...
Greetings. How may I be of service? Harpers. I'm afraid I serve a grubbier class of clientele than that. More chancers than champions, if you take my meaning. Present company excluded, I'm sure. No, I don't know any, Jahira, was it? Clothgrass. I know the taste all too well. You too, I'd wager. Fine, yes. You have the right place. But where's the leaf flicker herself? She wouldn't have revealed this place otherwise, which makes you one of the rare breed she does trust. Here's the key. The others are below, and bearing bad news by the looks of it. Thank you. Right, Sommy. You're on the door till our friends are done. God's forbid we do any business today.
You are not Jahira. I was hoping to greet the High Harper beneath Salona's tears.
You have the lad a little nervous. You're the one toppled Ketherick out in the Shadowlands, no? Can't say I know much of Gortash, but Orin is hunting you. And when I deliver your corpse, she'll let me keep your skin.
Doppelgangers!
This should work.
Need to stay focused. Make way. Can't afford to let up. Now what might you be hiding?
Survival is all that matters.
Keep guessing.
Give up.
These doppelgangers. How many has she brought to Baal's side, I wonder?
Thank you! A Harper code. Meant to be used for doppelgangers, imposters, things like them. You're the one High Harper Jaheira sent. Right. Equal to the High Harper. You can give her my report, then. The others... they're all dead. Or scattered. Jaheira sent word of the victory over Ketheric. Set us hunting after the cultists in the city, but they were the ones hunting us. Things were quiet. Until we started to ask about the Rashomar.
Rashomar, a native of Rashomon, the far eastern land known for its wild inhabitants and the witches who rule them.
The High Harper didn't tell you. Perhaps it's not my place. Just tell her this. I can't continue the hunt. Whatever the cult has done with the Rashomar, they do not want him found.
Sounds like you've left some bodies to bury. Plus I...
What? By the Morden Sammel's curlies. Of course. Of course they bloody did. Clear out then. I'm guessing I have some tidying to do before the steel watch squeals by. I've had enough dealings with Harpers to know I don't want the answers. Go on.
To see the optics.
I'd recommend
To meet my mother and father.
Now here's someone who appreciates the stuff. Now you've just sampled some of Baldur's Gate's finest incense. Delicious, no? Aren't they just? What can I do for you, sir?
What does it feel like?
Someone there? Simple.
No time to rest.
depends on the person.
That
watch is flying.
I'd recommend...
I would. Did you see how far that watch is through me? Pricey. Must have been 10 less. 2.
You told me the armor was a bargain.
If you'll make your pleasure your fine maiden, to wear it to the
Easy.
or ecstasy. Good. Let them see you in charge of your pleasurable destiny.
You who invented the steel watch.
Actually, Gort.
Absolute armies lay siege. They won't care about stupid things. Have to be prepared.
Hardly a challenge.
wished to live in more interesting times.
But this armor was...
You told me the armor was a bargain.
Simply astonishing feat of genius.
You are not wearing armor.
You have got to check out Dan Thellon's dancing acts. Their leatherwork is amazing.
My body burns like the noonday sun.
Did you get to look at their gyrometics? Or their targeting modules? Or the person?
Breathe. That watch is so
The
perfect for a
Gondians
shirt.
built the steel watch.
I would, but this
Yes,
armor
but they
was
were
too
Gortash's
pleasant to
idea,
use.
which makes him the inventor.
How about...
Does the hand not assist the
Over here!
No screw too loose, no door too unhinged. You are not wearing can fix anything.
Set your work.
Ahoy, stranger! Thanks for stopping by Calm's Gams. I'm Calm. Well, Carmen. What can I do you for? Sounds good. Get you something a bit fresher than your current outfit.
How long do the effects last?
It depends on the person and their virility. For you...
You're making me feel really needy.
2 doses.
2? That seems like a lot.
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? To feel her fingers grip yours in pure ecstasy?
Shh.
Good. Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
If it ain't broke, it's 'cause we already helped you fix it.
How about now? Want to talk now?
I sense some hesitation.
Whether you're getting hammered or getting nailed.
It's just impressive to need something like this.
For the job.
Whatever for. Does the hand not assist the lips? The lips the tongue? If your mighty Mars needs...
I got it. I got it. And thanks.
Of course.
Hello!
Set your worries...
Want to talk? I love to talk!
Same hands.
Don't touch me.
Safe to take. You're absolutely sure.
Every substance is tested by nostro.
What does it feel like?
Hi! Still here. Still have things to say.
Almost painfully so. My body burns like the moon.
And the person with you. They enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it. I've had no less than 2 maidens and a bachelor flowing at my door the very next.
You're making me feel really needy.
How long do the effects last?
It depends on the person and their virility. I'd recommend
What's next?
2 doses.
2? That seems like a lot.
Do you not wish to pleasure your fine maiden? To feel her fingers...
How about
grip
now?
yours in
Want to talk
pure
now?
People, eh?
All sizes, all
Good.
prices.
Let them see you taking charge of your pleasurable destiny.
If it ain't broke, it's 'cause we already helped you.
I sense some hesitation in you. See? So,
Hello! Want to talk? I love to talk.
whatever for. Does the hand
Let's get
not
going.
assist the lips? The lips the tongue? If your mighty Mars needs some...
You're getting hammered or getting nailed.
I got it. I got it.
We've got
Let's
the
go to
tools for
Khan's
the job.
Gods.
safe to take?
You are not
You're
wearing
absolutely sure?
armor to meet my mother and father.
In a word, sir.
Sizes,
Exquisite. Almost painfully so. My body burned like the
Gortash's idea, which makes him the
darling,
inventor.
it's very-
How about we settle on the Gondians and Gortash invented them?
it ain't broke. It's 'cause we already helped you fix
Dinner
it.
with my parents, remember?
Lord Gortash is expecting you. Please make your way to the audience chamber.
Hells, not this again.
The brain is resisting its orders. Without all three stones to control it, it will soon start acting on its own will.
Lord Gortash is expected. Stand down, villain. In the name of the Steel Watch, aggressive action will not be tolerated in the presence of the patriarchs of this proud city. The Steel Watch appreciate your cooperation.
Dearest patriarchs, but a moment. I must greet a most honored guest. My friend, forgive the cold welcome. My Steel Watchers are eager watchdogs, for the good of the people, I'm sure you understand. Lord Enver Gortash at your service. I understand congratulations are in order. Thorm's defeat hasn't gone unnoticed. You're known for who you are and for that nether stone that you carry. You know, it takes all three to control the brain. Without Thorm's, it's become vexingly willful. The quakes are a clear warning. If nobody steps in soon, it'll free itself from the authority of the crown. I expect it'll start with turning the Sword Coasts infected. You among them. That prism of yours won't last indefinitely. Next, the grand design. The Mind Flayer Empire reborn. If we're lucky, we'll become slaves. If we're unlucky, well, not the most thrilling of prospects, but it's a fate that can be avoided if you and I come to an understanding. Together, we can still restore authority over the brain.
Of course. Gortash always did have an eye for opportunity.
There's an old wisdom. A brittle alliance can never be mended. It can only break. With Ketheric gone, Orin proved treacherous. Baal's chosen wants the Netherstones for herself. She only cares for blood. And your blood and mine are of particular interest to her. Orin changes shape faster than you and I change clothes. You know, she's tricked you before. She's targeted me as well. I'm well protected, but she's extremely good at what she does. If Orin obtains all three Netherstones, she'll plunge the coast into chaos and paint the city in blood. I can't let that happen. I want to lead this city to glory, not scorch its earth. I'd like to propose a pact, a divine oath sworn upon spirit and flesh. I do no harm to you, nor you to me. Furthermore, you'll have nothing to fear from my Steel Watch while our pact stands. Thorm's stone is yours to keep. When you slay Orin and take her stone, you bring it here. So the three are united once again. Together we rule Faerun as kings. No, more than kings. Gods. We rule as the absolute. What do you say? Shall we be allies?
I can detect no deceit. This alliance could serve us well. And if it does not, well, we need not honor it.
An ally could be useful, at least for now. And when he's no longer useful, well, we can dispose of him then.
Gortash's eyes blink in a consistent rhythm. He stands calmly, confidently. He fully intends to share his kingdom with you.
Perhaps a demonstration of why you need my help will motivate you to make the right decision. Your camp is compromised. One among you is an imposter, a faceless. Who, I can't say. I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the truth.
A shapeshifter? It could be anyone. I mean, it's not me, but it could be anyone else.
The faceless in your camp is like a knife at your throat. Remove it quickly, or any alliance between us would be exceedingly short-lived. Even horror has a home. Find her nest and slay her there. For all its charms, Baldur's Gate has long had a cancer at its heart. A hidden temple devoted to Baal. That's where Orin became what she is, where she worshipped and schemed. And now, it's where she hides from my watchers, when she's not spilling blood in the streets. You're resourceful. I trust you'll sniff it out. If the trail goes cold, follow the bodies. Before you do, come and witness, as I make history as the first Archduke of Baldur's Gate. You will follow me, and you will show due respect. Distinguished dukes, patriarchs, dearest Ravengard, I will heed your call. A new chapter begins.
Enver Gortash, swearest thou by Balduran's blade to defend the citizens of Baldur's Gate from enemies within and without?
I swear.
Swearest thou true faith and fealty to the same, by word, deed, and decree, so that none may suffer?
I swear.
Gathered guests, grant ye consent? Enver Gortash, the Council appoints you Archduke of Baldur's Gate.
My friends, the Steel Watch stands ready. Let its blade fall on any who would diminish our city. And you, honored guest, will find me in my office above when you return. Do not come empty-handed.
Cast out by their own city. Your precious hero liberated them from one.
By order of Lord Gortash, all livestock admitted to the city.
Gods, this is the first time in 200 years I've seen you can forget just how much color there is in the world. Yes, of course. Obviously. Sorry, did you want something?
Fate spin. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a...
Hi. You were really nice to me before, and, could we maybe
Absolutely not. We've hit our quota for mangy strays.
Yes!
I've had a lifetime's. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks. We could. It would just be a very short one. We cannot expect either of the chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all 3 stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of. It would be irritatingly true to form, would it not? A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say. Isn't it? It seems that events at Denthelans have overtaken us. My contact there just sent word. The Harpers have been fractured, infiltrated by doppelgangers. Perhaps we might have done something to help, or just fallen into the trap along with them. Oh, I only have myself to blame. I have not been overly generous with the truth. I came here to learn of the Chosen, true enough. But I set my Harper searching for someone else, too. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
I sense you mean no insult, calling scarce a century ago the old days, which is considerably more insulting. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We fought at one another's backs, times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die. There always is. But that is still the fundamental fact of it. Before we ever heard of this absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity. What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day. The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back. So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing. Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either. As simply as that? For no other reason than that I asked? Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without the means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
Horrible, those gallows, aren't they? Shame no one cares enough. Folk don't even think about it much, I bet. But they should.